When did an incredible gift completely backfire? I'd been on the kidney transplant list for 18 months when my doctor called with incredible news. They'd found a perfect match, and even more surprisingly, it was a living donor who specifically wanted to help someone with my disease. The donor was Trish Swede, and when I heard the last name, my stomach dropped. My ex-boyfriend Neil had married someone with that exact name 2 years ago. I immediately messaged her on Facebook to ask if it was her, and if we could meet for coffee. When we got there, holding on to Neil's arm, she seemed as shaken up as I was. "I have to say, I never imagined it would be someone I knew," she said, "and definitely not someone who I know." Weirdly, she laughed a little, and I said I understood if she didn't want to go through with it now that she knew who I was. But to my surprise, she immediately said, "What are you talking about? Of course I still want to donate to you. Life is short and I have 2 healthy kidneys. Why wouldn't I share?" I was so grateful I actually cried. Here was this woman, married to my ex for barely 2 years, willing to undergo major surgery to save my life. Neil sat quietly beside her, nodding supportively, but avoiding eye contact with me. The surgery was scheduled for 6 weeks out, which gave us time to complete all the medical evaluations. That's when Trish started calling. At first, it was sweet check-ins about my pre-surgery diet and exercise routine. "I want to make sure you'll be taking care of our kidney," she'd say with a laugh. Then she began showing up at my nephrologist appointments. When I mentioned I hadn't told her about them, she smiled and said, "Neil gave me your doctor's information. We're going to be kidney sisters after all. I should know what's happening." The boundary crossing escalated quickly. She started texting me meal plans, showing up at my workplace with kidney-friendly lunches, and even calling my boss to explain that I needed more flexible hours for my condition. When I gently asked her to step back, she looked hurt. "I'm literally giving you a piece of my body," she said, her voice trembling. "The least you can do is let me care about your health." 2 weeks before surgery, she insisted on a dinner at their house so we could bond before we become connected forever. That's when I saw the shrine. An entire wall in their living room was covered with printouts of my medical records, photos of me from social media, and even a timeline of my relationship with Neil. "Trish," I said slowly, staring at the wall. "What is this?" Neil looked mortified, but Trish beamed proudly. "I wanted to understand who you really are. After all, you were Neil's first love, the one who got away." My blood ran cold. "I didn't get away. We broke up because I found out he was seeing you while we were still together." Trish's smile never wavered. "That's not how Neil tells it. He says you were the love of his life, but your kidney disease made you too complicated to handle." I turned to Neil, who looked like he wanted to disappear into the couch. "Is that what you told her?" He stammered something about different perspectives and ancient history, but Trish cut him off. "The point is, now I get to be the one who saves you. I get to be the most important person in your life forever. Every day you're alive will be because of me, and Neil will always be indebted to me forever." That's when it clicked. This wasn't generosity. This was ownership. "I need to go," I said, grabbing my purse. Trish followed me to the door. "No, don't be upset with me, kidney sister. We have surgery in 2 weeks. I've already started the prep medications. Find another recipient," I said, my hand on the doorknob. Her mask finally slipped completely. "You ungrateful bitch. I'm giving you my kidney, and you're going to take it. Do you know how many strings Neil had to pull to make sure I was your match?" I froze. "What do you mean, make sure?" Neil appeared behind her, his face ashen. "Trish, stop." But she was past caring. "We had the registry hacked, sweetie. You weren't randomly matched with me. I chose you." I called my transplant coordinator that night and withdrew from Trish's donation. I also reported the registry tampering, which led to a federal investigation. Neil and Trish are now facing serious charges. I'm still on the transplant list, but I learned something valuable. Sometimes the cure is worse than the disease, and not all angels have good intentions.